Before we dive into the topic, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We are about to talk about something really interesting in the Marvel Universe, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Have you ever wondered how long actors can stay in their superhero roles? It seems like some of Marvel's biggest stars are sticking around for longer than expected. So it's talking about Star. That when I started, one of the most surprising reveals came when the cast for Avengers Doomsday was announced, including some familiar faces that fans have been waiting to see again. Um, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are coming back to reprise their iconic roles as Professor X and Magneto. Stewart, now 84, will be 85 when the film hits theaters, uh, while McKellen will be 86. It's hard to imagine anyone else playing these characters, uh, but the big question is whether Marvel Studios is hoping to tap into that nostalgia by keeping these legendary actors around for a while. Stewart and McKellen's portrayal of Professor X and Magneto was pivotal in shaping the X-Men films. Their complex relationship as friends turned rivals gave us a deep philosophical look at the mutant struggle. Uh, the Professor X wanted peace and understanding, while Magneto believed in retaliation after years of persecution. It's a conflict that defined the early X-Men films and made them memorable. Marvel has always been good at pulling on heartstrings, and they've done that with fan favorite characters over the years. Uh, but lately, with the launch of Phase 4, Marvel has been all about mixing things up. Uh, they've introduced new characters, explored alternate realities, and even brought back old ones for quick, exciting cameos. But is it enough to keep fans hooked? Um, Looking at the X-Men, it feels like the story of Stewart's Professor X and McKellen's Magneto has already come to a natural end. They both had their farewells in previous X-Men films, and any further appearances seem more like nostalgia plays than a fresh narrative. Uh, talk to, uh, sure, Avengers Doomsday might have them back for a brief moment, but it leaves us wondering how much more we can get out of these well-worn stories. And then there's the younger X-Men cast for, remember X-Men First Class? It was a hit. James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender brought a fresh, new energy to Professor X and Magneto. Um, um, it's a shame that their storyline was cut short with the Disney acquisition of Fox, but there's still potential to bring these versions of the characters back. Um, they've got plenty of untapped storylines left to explore, and seeing them reunited in Avengers would have been a perfect way to tie everything together. But alas, it looks like the older X-Men cast will be taking center stage in the upcoming uh, Avengers. Stewart and McKellen are back, and we'll also see Rebecca Romijn as Mystique, Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler, and James Marsden as Cyclops. Uh, it's a great opportunity for fans to relive the glory days of the X-Men films, but at the same time, it raises the question, how long can these actors continue to play these roles? Uh, could we see more Marvel actors sticking around until their 90s, simply for the sake of nostalgia? Or will the upcoming films offer something fresh? Who knows? And even the Time Variance Authority would be scratching their heads over this one. So, Avengers Doomsday is set to hit theaters on May 2nd, 2026. So, we won't have to wait too long to find out what happens next. With that said, thanks for watching. And until next time, I mean,